Your San Jose Earthquakes will be going from left to right on your TV screen. Thanks for joining us for live coverage from the Far West Regionals. The winner of this U14 boys will advance to Tulsa, Oklahoma here in a couple weeks. These two teams very similar in their quest to this boys final. In the quarterfinals, San Jose Earthquakes won 3-2 with a win over West Coast FC Armor. Tanca Verde was also defeated by Sparta in the quarterfinals by a score of 2-0. Sparta will go from right to left on your screen in the blue and white. The shot just off the crossbar. Actually off the left bar. And now a counter is quickly ensued. Earthquakes do hold possession, though, back to the keeper. That could have been an early opportunity there for the Earthquakes. And Sparta escapes one here early, just inside the 5th minute. Both teams 2-0-1 here in group stage play. Earthquakes not having much trouble in their semifinal game against the HSC Bulls Academy, which they beat handily 6-0. And on that same note, Sparta ended up defeating the Rio Rapids 3-1 in the semifinal. The under-14 boys final. Earthquakes from the Northern California district and the division, and Sparta 01 from Utah. That one's knocked out of bounds for a throw-in for Sparta. Good try there from Mario, trying to slot it through to his forward, Fabian. And it'll be a goal kick. They'll play it short to the right back. Looking to possess out of the back is Sparta. Temperatures are ensuing and increasing here over the course of the next few hours. It's supposed to be record temperatures here in Boise today. Upwards of 110 degrees is what we've been told. And I'm sure both teams are excited that they have the early game today with the 8:45 Mountain West time kickoff. For the players on Sparta's side are region pool players, and I'm sure we'll talk about those guys quite a bit. Given away from the Earthquake. Sparta trying to slot it through, and that just had a little too much heat on it. Fabian had come all the way forward, or back on a delayed response and trying to get back to it. That ball's played through. Here's a chance for the Earthquakes. For Sparta. Up in the air. Good hard challenge by both of them. Should be a good matchup. Sparta looks very well organized in the back. Now it would be a throw-in for the Earthquakes as Mikey will come take the throw-in. Mikey Larson comes all the way up from the right back position to take the throw, and you see that quite a bit, trying to get the numbers forward. Now Sparta, after the turnover, on the counter. Can they get it forward? Good overlapping run, and that one's kicked out of bounds. Got a little bit of a supporters group down on the far left side. Looks like one of the older age groups for the San Jose Earthquakes. Looks like we're going to have an early substitution for the Earthquakes. Brandon Dieppe will come in here in a second. Good hard challenge there. Sparta with it on the left wing. Gonzalez loses it, and it's going to be for a goal kick for the Earthquakes. Everyone gets forward here. Nice long kick there. Good ball there from the Earthquakes goalkeeper. In between the posts. Ball played wide. You can tell the technical ability from number 9 right in the middle of the park. David Gasper, he's one of the region pool players for Sparta 01. Brett plays out to the left back. Still with a Sparta. Good work there from the left back here in the near side. Brandon Neely playing as a left back for Sparta. Good work there. Slots it inside. Can he get to it in time? Good challenge by both number 2s. Plays it in the middle of the box. And a goal! And Sparta 01 tallies first. And that's exactly how you want to start if you're Sparta. That's just great work here on the near side from Casey Lambert, who was able to get into the middle. Slotted it in and just made it easy for his teammate to finish the job. And the Earthquakes will try to tally back and make it an equalizer here early. This one's high up in the air, right at the midfield. Good challenge there in the middle from the Earthquakes center midfielder. Herrera. Looks like Herrera is going to be playing more as like kind of a number 6 player, as a defensive midfield player. At times may try to get sucked up a little bit. A lot of play happening for Sparta out on that right side. We're going to have a substitution for Sparta here. Dalton Gibson is going to be entering the match. And coming out of the match for Sparta 01 will be number 10, Fabian Gonzalez. They're going to probably make a lot of subs here early on, or really throughout the entire course of the day, just because of the heat index. It can be brutal out. Again, temperatures upwards of in the hundreds here in Boise. It's a little bit more of a drier heat, so you're not going to have as too much of a humidity, but nonetheless, it's going to be very hot. The sun is shining, very little to no cloud cover. A lot of space here in the middle for Sparta. Here's Lopez. Lopez plays it out here to Neely. Neely back to Lopez. Lopez with some space, and he gets cleaned up a little bit by two Earthquake defenders. Play will continue to open up in the middle half of the field. Hard challenge there. Free kick for the Earthquakes. We're probably about, I would say probably about 30, no, I would say about 25 yards out. Two players behind the ball for the Earthquakes. Mario and looks like Jacob. This one's pounded up high. Played in the middle of the course. Back to the center back. This one's played into the box. Two guys just going right after it. That one looks like he's taken down, and it's going to be in the box, and it's going to be a PK. And it's going to be a free kick. A penalty kick for the San Jose Earthquakes. Good work there from the Earthquakes winger, Fabian Rodriguez. Plays more as a lone striker. Let's see who's going to take it for the Earthquakes. Looks like it'd be Nathan Arnott. And just buries it right into the right side. Keeper chose the right way. And it is all tied up here. 1-1, and it's a whole new ball game. We are just 19 minutes into the game. Somebody might get a yellow card here. Maybe excessive celebration. Couple of substitutions being made. And it looks like we're going to have a mandatory water break. And we're at the 20-minute mark is where I think they're typically going to mandatory water break. One to one the score after a great opportunity for the Earthquake to equalize as Fabian Rodriguez went down in the box and around his defender, and that definitely helped the situation. As he went down, curled around his player, had some pace behind it, and as a result, down right in the corner, right along the byline. That definitely helped. Water break, we're back to action. If you're just joining, Sparta side is going from left in the blue and white stripes, and San Jose Earthquakes left to right on your screen. Sparta now with good track down from the Earthquakes. Ball in the air, and that one's headed out of bounds. Back teams both just kind of heading it back and forth. Down now. Trying to keep the ball out, down on the pitch. Much better opportunity. Good. Back to action here in the second half of the under 14 boys final from the Region 4 Far West Regionals here in Boise, Idaho. Thanks for joining us. Apologize for any technical difficulties. We are trying as hard as we can. The heat is absolutely killing us here at the complex, and it's causing a lot of our equipment and production truck to overheat, which in reality is what is causing our issues. So bear with us. We're trying to get you as much action as possible. Thanks for tuning in. And the score 1-1 between Sparta and San Jose Earthquakes. They'll switch sides as the Sparta side will go from left to right, and San Jose now will go from right to left in the all-red kits. (1-1) the score so far. Be a throw in here on the near side for the Earthquakes. Be a throw in again for San Jose. Down on the near side. Looked like a potential handball, and it'll be a corner kick now for the Earthquakes. First one here of the second half. We'll have a corner kick. Chance here for the Earthquakes. Are they going to be able to tally here and make it a 2-1 game? Curled in. Had a good chance on it, as Jacob Aza had come forward all the way from the center back role. Taking a little while here for both teams to kind of get settled in. Here's a crack from the Earthquakes center midfielder. Be a throw in. Tallied in the first 5 minutes was Sparta 0-1 Premier, and about 13 minutes later, near the 18th minute mark, San Jose equalized on a penalty kick after Fabian Rodriguez was taken down in the corner of the box near the byline, and as a result, they were able to get the second total goal. Already only about 5 minutes in here to the second half. We have two substitutions coming in for Sparta. First will be Brandon Cervantes and also number 4, Jordan Nichols. Four players on Sparta's roster on the region pool play, or excuse me, the pool team for national team pool selections. Casey Lambert, David Gasper, Dalton Gibson, and Easton Harriman went 2-0-1 in the group stage play. Quarterfinals and the semifinals, they outscored their opponents 5-1. On the flip side, Earthquakes have some very different personalities, as I was talking to Coach Jeff Jenkins and his 3 assistants. Last year, this team as under 13s at that point. Went on to lose to the eventual regional finalists and winners of FC Golden State, PDA. They lost 3-1 in that game. And their corner kick coming, it looks like so far early on here in the second half, the Earthquakes are definitely on top of the play over. Good chance there from the Earthquakes. On top of Sparta a little bit here early on. But all it takes is a quick counter or a easy mistake. And there, as we talked about ensuing, here's some pace. What can Jordan Nichols do? That's great defending, though. From Owen Weeby. Good one, Weeby with a good one-on-one challenge there. San Jose with it. They gotta communicate a little bit more there as the center back almost cleated his defensive center midfielder. This one's still in play. Early ball from Jordan Nichols, back post, and nobody. Oh, there was one player there, but very well defended from the Earthquakes. And there'll be a foul called. That's good defending, though, from Alan Pena. He's actually an under 13 player.
When they close in on the goal, that's the moment where you want to try to frame that the best you can. Yeah. I mean, obviously not over exaggerating for usually. Hey, we win it here!
Free kick for San Jose. That one just nearly went in. Nobody on the back post. That will be another corner kick, the fourth one here of the second half for the Earthquakes now. Corner kick coming up for the Earthquakes. Good ball. That one's played at the back post. Headed out by Sparta. Sparta now with a 2-on-3. See what he can do. He beats two defenders and a good sliding tackle from the Earthquakes center back. Came up as a savior there. Fabian Rodriguez said stayed high. On the flip side, David Gasper, the lone striker for Sparta, tried to take on two defenders. He beat actually both of them. He kind of squeezed in between the two of them, but the center back came and got a good tackle in to make a challenge that ended up costing Sparta there, but they do retain possession. Rolled in here to the near side. Score still all tied up at 1-1. An errant challenge there from the Earthquake center back. And it's going to be a foul called on the Earthquakes. Probably helps them, if anything, because Sparta looked to have been countering on them. Or excuse me, Earthquakes look like they've been encountering. They'll get a free kick here. Sparta will send most of their numbers forward. They'll leave a couple guys back to entertain Fabian Rodriguez. Typically like to have an extra one. Easy pickup there for the Earthquakes keeper. Tanner, a big presence in the back between the posts for the Earthquakes. Under 14 boys final here in Boise, Idaho for the Far West Region 4 Championship match. The winner will advance to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the final site of the 2014-2015 U.S. Youth Soccer season. Free kick for Sparta. Nice ball played into the back post. And after a couple clearances, players being taken one-on-one, played it right in the middle of the box and cleared out from the Earthquakes. A little more play towards Sparta's final third now. Earthquakes within the final third. Good turn there. Barra has been taking on a couple players. Nice spin move. Tries to go down the byline and it gets it in. Is it going to be in our corner? And it will. Fifth corner kick of the half now. Another chance for the Earthquakes. Still 1-1. As we're entering the 50th minute, 51st minute or so of play. Thanks for joining us on the U.S. Youth Soccer YouTube channel for exclusive coverage of the Region 4 Championships. This is one of two sites that is being live streamed out of the 4 different sites across the country over the course of last week and this week. And then also in about 3 weeks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the U.S. Youth Soccer Nationals will be also live streamed on 5 fields at every age bracket. Great opportunity to check out more games. And if you don't have the opportunity to be able to make your way to Tulsa or make your way to Boise or Fox Cities, these are such great resources and tools to be able to do so. The pace has picked up a little bit here for the Earthquakes. The speed of play has been looked much better. Rodriguez pings it out to the right side as Edwards tried to beat his man one-on-one, and good defending there from the left back from Sparta. 2 substitutions going to be making their way in, for one for each side. The Earthquakes, number 11. Brandon Diep will enter, and number 10 for Sparta, Fabian Gonzalez, will also enter. We're going to take a short break as it's the mandatory water break that's going to be taking place. The under 14 finals here between a team out of California, the Northern Division, and also the winners out of Utah in Sparta 01 JK. A player from each side who are tied for second in goals with 4. You have San Jose Earthquakes' Fabian Rodriguez and Sparta's Casey Lambert, both of which have been instrumental in today's game already, with Rodriguez being the one taken down in the box for the ensuing PK, and Sparta's Casey Lambert with the big assist that played the ball into the middle of the box, roughly around the 8-yard line, and was able to hit home away on the first timer. And that's what we have so far, equaled up at 1-1. Back to action. Quick water break for both teams. Not much time relaying. That's a great ball. Sparta's number 2 with it now. And it's going to be a foul called on, looked like number 2. Number 3. Was Jacob Azad, the center back, came in a little bit late to the challenge. Taking another look at that. Came in a little bit late on the tackle, and as a result, it's going to be a free kick just outside the box, outside the corner of the 18. So they'll set up shop just on the corner, left corner of the far 18. 2 players behind the ball for Sparta. Earthquakes outsize them just a little bit. Nice dummy play. Looked to go low on the near post. Was Fabian Gonzalez, and that one's going to go out of bounds for a corner kick. I think this is actually Sparta's first corner kick of the second half. Earthquakes have already had 5. So a few more players will get forward for Sparta. Little chip shot near the near post. Headed out. Sparta with a chance, though. Still holding possession. Nice dummy play there. And that one kicked out of bounds again. So a second consecutive corner kick. That one's tossed in. Nice little, I think he got a little bit of a punch, and that one sailed well over. Casey Lambert with the attempt. And that was sailed well high and wide, and there would be a goal kick for the Earthquakes. They'll play it short. Find that the more technical teams try to play out of the back a little bit more, hold a little more of the possession. Well, we got to have a winner here. So you'll see if the things even up at 1-1. We will go in extra time and eventual PKs if we have to. Play continues. Thought that there could be maybe a dangerous play. That's a great tackle from Sparta's center back, Carlos Brambilla. Came out of nowhere and got a really clean tackle out of the play. Good defense there from Sparta. Now they can counter a little bit. Let's see what they do here. Make it the most safest decision there. That one maybe wasn't so much there. Gabriel Lopez looked to try to force it forward just a little bit for Fabian Gonzalez and shanked it a little bit, and as that one went out of play. It will be still a throw-in, though, for Sparta. Tons of games going on today. 10 of the finals, and we're covering 10 of them. 5 different divisions in both genders, from under 14s all the way up to the older kids. There's 5 games going on simultaneously, so if you do want to check out different games, feel free to browse around the US Youth Soccer YouTube channel for those games. And then there'll be another set of games in the second set time slots, which start anywhere between about 10:15 and 11:30 Mountain Time. It's a little bit later on the East Coast if you're coming in or tuning in from that side, if you're family and friends from that area. But obviously, many of the closer knit families are going to be living out here on the far west, as these teams represent several of the states along the West Coast for Region 4. This one's chipped up. Good defending there. Carlos Brambilla. Let's see which way we go. And this time Brambilla gets a card for it. They're going to say that he was using a little bit of his elbow. Probably not really off of the ensuing first part of the play. So it'll be a free kick here on the left side, near side, for San Jose. Got a lot of people cheering on both teams that are sitting behind this goal up in the shade. Not a bad idea, as the temperature is starting to quickly rise here in Boise. Good defending there from Sparta. Earthquake still with it. Still trying to chip it forward. Nobody on the backside. That one went out of bounds first before he really had a chance. It was behind the goal. A tough look from our angle. Entering the 59th minute, that ball just trickling wide right of the post. And that will be the third corner kick of the half for Sparta. Ball sent in, back post. Good clearance there from the Earthquakes. This ball cleared out. Be a throw in. Teams are starting to get a little tired, it looks like. A little overheated. And I would assume probably a little more repetition of the substitutes here happening in this game than maybe typical for both of these sides, just because of the heat. The winner will advance to Tulsa for the Nationals in a couple weeks. Good work there from Sparta. That's a good clean tackle, though, that time around. And that one will be called. Nope, that'll be just a throw in. Two subs coming in for one for each side. Easton Harriman will come in for Sparta. Alan Pena will come in for the Earthquakes. Pena just a under 13 player. Another substitution being made as well. Ricardo Ibarra is going to enter the match. Throw in after a couple of substitutions for Sparta now. Deadlocked at one apiece between Sparta and the San Jose Earthquakes. This one's going to be sent in from Sparta. This is a good chance if they can get it inside the box. He does sail it really high and wide. Is there a chance? Ooh. And right there was Easton Harriman. He had a chance. He was kind of unmarked, and he should have just got after it. The best way to really, from an offensive standpoint, when you want to take a header is you obviously want to always hit it down. Clearing it defensively, you're trying to whip it up and out. But down, you definitely want to hit it down and onto the ground. Try to get the goalie off whack a little bit. This one deflected, and it's going to sail out of bounds. Next game on this field is the under 14 girls, and that will be between Legends FC and Rush 01. That will come up at 10:45 Mountain Time. But we don't know what all that will entail, as this game could potentially move into extra time. That's a little bit of a dirty tackle. Eric Herrera came in a little late. Didn't get carded for that, though. Or excuse me, that was a Christian Finney, excuse me. He was the Sparta center back.
Win the ball, fellas! Win it! Win it! Let's ball out!
Earthquakes have several of their fans here. It looks like maybe one of the older age groups. This ball is sent in. No one really anywhere close to it, as it was played very far right and well out of bounds, and that will be a goal kick coming up for Sparta. Earthquakes with it. Played it in wide. Here's a good look. Tipped out from the keeper. Earthquakes track it down. Sparta, though, defending well. That one goes out of bounds. It was poked away from Sparta's right back. Just under 5 to 6 minutes left of normal regulation play. Well, maybe 1 or 2 minutes of stoppage time. Good 2 turns there from the Sparta's number 6. Very clean technical work from Brandon Cervantes. Turned direction twice. Cruyffed his player and still held possession. His delivery into the left winger, though, wasn't as good as what it was from his turns. '66th minute of play. Substitution going to be made here for Sparta. It's going to be number 17 coming into the match, Dalton Gibson. And he'll replace Fabian Gonzalez. You can tell Gonzalez just a little bit gassed. May need to get some water. Good ball whipped in. That one sailed up high, just kind of booted out. Nobody forward for the Earthquakes there. Foul and probably a yellow card from the Earthquakes. Yellow card is issued to the Earthquakes player. Trying to get you a number there. The Sparta player down right now, though. It's going to take a little bit of time. Taking him some time. Chance for some guys to get some water breaks, it looks like. And it looks like we're back to action. Be a free kick for Sparta. Just a couple minutes left here in regulation. Maybe a couple minutes of stoppage time then as well. This one chipped forward. Both teams struggling here to really break through. A lot of it's going to come either from an individual performance or it's going to be coming from somebody making a mistake in the back. That's typically how most goals are scored. Good ball, played in behind. Can the Earthquakes track it down? They do. Far side, and that one's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Earthquakes. Edwards tracked it down, but good defending there from the the Sparta side. Sparta 0-1.
Come on, right here, boys. Let's go.
Still with it. Here's Sparta.
Aaron, high.
Sparta will throw it in. Been a pretty even second half, I would say. It was dominated a little bit early on from the Earthquakes, but Sparta has kind of come back a little bit and been dangerous through the middle portions of the second half. And then it's been kind of back and forth for the final 15. And that's full time through 70 minutes of play for the under 14 boys final. We'll be back with more action here in just a short break. They'll get about a 5-minute rest period in between this and the extra time. And we'll look forward to bringing you that here from the Far West Regionals. Trying to get you a time frame on what the break will be between halves. Or excuse me, between the break. Don't forget, we have so many good sponsors, including Capri Sun, the official ready-to-drink juice of USU Soccer, and Kohl's, the official department store of USU Soccer. Liberty Mutual Insurance is also a proud sponsor of the USU Soccer. Mango, the official snack of USU Soccer. Nestle Quick, the official post-game drink of USU Soccer. And Nike, the official supplier of USU Soccer. Olive Garden, of course, great place to eat, the official dining room of USU Soccer. Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of USU Soccer, and none other than those guys that are and gals that are going to be decked out in some of the awards. Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pin supplier of USU Soccer. We'll be back in just a short break with extra time in the U14 boys final here in Boise, Idaho. And back to action here from Boise, Idaho, Field 5, San Jose Earthquakes PDA and Sparta 01. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a ball game. We are headed to overtime. The winner advances to Tulsa, Oklahoma in mid-July. Both teams coming out of the huddle, pumped up and ready to go. Coaching staff trying to get their boys amped up in this 100-degree weather. It's all tied up at 1-1 as Sparta scores early in the first half, just outside the 5th minute, and then it was followed up by an equalizer off of a PK from the Earthquakes in about the 19th minute, and since then it's been deadlocked for the past 65 minutes. So for this age bracket, they'll play 2 10-minute periods, and it is not golden goal. So the structure is if one team scores, it is not over at that point. The Earthquakes will go in their all red kits from left to right, and Sparta will go in their red and blue stripes from right to left here in the first overtime period. By the time it's all said and done, these two teams will have played 90 minutes, so basically with the same age group for the under-17s through the 19s play. Not much time, though, for the team after this to warm up and be ready to play. The under-14 girls will take on the field right after this match. Ball cleared high. Always interesting to kind of watch how each tournament's set up and how it's structured for overtime periods. This obviously gives the opportunity for a team who maybe gets scored on in the overtime period a chance to come back and get an equalizer. Also puts a little bit of a challenge on the team that does score, because then they've got to actually hold on to that lead for the remaining 20 minutes of both overtime periods. Sparta tried to hit one from outside, about 30 yards out. Dimitri Castaneda. Tanner will take his time. Sparta able to, well, at least I thought they were going to be able to get the clean tackle there. Two Sparta guys went up for the challenge, but it looked like one of them had maybe pushed in the back of one of the Earthquake center midfielders. As a result, it's going to be a free kick right about the midway line. Little trip there. No call made as it does go out of bounds. It'll still be a throw-in for Sparta. Out of Utah, representing their state at the under-14 boys level. And again, another foul. Looked like Sparta side being a little more physical here in the overtime period. Tanner will take this for the Earthquakes. He's got a nice leg on him for being 13, 14 years old. Yet again, let's see which way it's going here. I think she made the wrong decision, the center referee. Well, this game is a little tougher than the Earthquake semifinal game, as they defeated a team out of Hawaii, 6-0 in the semifinal. Or excuse me, that was in the quarters. Fabian Rodriguez with 4 goals, as is Casey Lambert's 4 goals, tied for the most. Pretty slow here early on in the first overtime period. They'll play 10 minutes, switch sides, get about a minute or 2 break, and go for another 10. Good challenge there from Brambilla, but definitely their stone wall in the back is one of the 2 center backs for the Utah side. Tried to chip it forward. Was Miguel Narjar. His ball really didn't have any direction as it was chipped right into the goalkeeper, Kevin Lopez. Good challenge. Clean from both sides. Good turn there. From Nathan Arnott. Chance there from the Earthquakes. Ricardo Ibarra with a chance inside the 6 and puts it to the right. He had a great opportunity. He just went off the side of his foot. Put his put his hands on his head in disgust. He knew he probably should have got connected a little bit more on that one than he did the first time. Hoping for another opportunity though at that one. Earthquakes though, still with a chance here. Sparta with some time, gives the ball away. Was hoping that his right back was going to be able to get there in time. This one's going to be a throw in. They're going to make one substitution. Looks like Sparta, number 4, Jordan Nichols, going to come in. Taking their time to get off. I don't think either team is in a rush to do much of anything here in the overtime period. Gabriel Lopez takes a seat. We are just nearing the first overtime period conclusion. 8.5 minutes into the first overtime. Taking some time here. They're going to take almost 2 minutes off the clock here just to get the ball in. And again, that one goes out of bounds. It looks like neither team really is in much of a rush right now. That ball sent in. This one's going to go high in the air. We're nearing the first end of the first overtime period. That one trickles out of bounds. Throw in for Sparta. And that's going to be it. There is going to be a sub coming in for the Earthquakes. Aaron Edwards will enter here at the start of the second one. They'll get just 1 minute break, maybe 2 minutes, and then they're going to switch sides and finish the last 10 minutes. It is still 1-1 between the two sides. We'll be back in just 1 minute in between the overtime periods. And 10 minutes remain before teams would end up going into PKs. All part of the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championship Series. Back to action. Kickoff for the Earthquakes to start the second half. They'll go from right to left. 10 minutes remain to crown the under-14 Region 4 champion and will advance to represent the region at the National Championship in Tulsa. Lots of time. Keeper will gather it up. And again, neither team really worrying too much. Haven't really had the opportunity to see either of the keepers really, though, in much of a tested situation. So couldn't really give you a valuable guess, I guess, in regards to who I think would be a better suited keeper and team inside the penalty kick shootouts, if that's where they end up going to, who would maybe have the advantage. Both teams with some proven goal scorers. Both keepers do have some size. Back to the keeper again, deep into his box. Now with a little bit of time, can Sparta counter a little bit? And that one was out of bounds. He couldn't catch up to it. Harriman was trying to keep it in play. Be a throw in for the Earthquakes deep in their final third now. See if he's got any pace behind it to be able to get a long throw in. He's backing up pretty far. Long throw, good throw. Has a chance in front of the goal. Can he get it? And that one sailed over. The ball dropped right in front of him. He just couldn't really get a clean look with his left foot to put it on frame. He was kind of leaning back and falling over. And as a result, it's going to be a goal kick for Sparta 01 Premier. LaRocca is going to be playing next. As soon as we finish up here with Sparta and Earthquakes. Earthquakes tried to push it forward. Tried to flick it over the last defender. Can he keep it in bounds? Well saved from Easton Harriman. But Earthquakes retain possession. Play it up front. Nobody there. They do keep possession. Nothing there, though, from Mario in the middle of the park for the Earthquakes. That one. One substitution that's going to be coming in, entering the 15th, or we are in the 15th minute of 20 minutes of the total time. And that one is just right out of bounds underneath the foot of Mr. Edwards. Put his hands on his head. Couldn't believe that the ball just kind of trickled underneath his foot. Lopez enters for Sparta. Late sub here in the second overtime period. A little more urgency being shown from the Earthquakes here in the second overtime period. Probably had the clear opportunity about 3 minutes ago in front of goal and just right outside the 6-yard box. Playing in the middle of the field. Here's Gibson. Gibson plays it out wide to Harriman. Harriman with a little bit of space. He'll curl it in. Chance, nope. Good opportunity, but chipped it a little bit too much towards the keeper. Tanner easily picked it up. Here's a chance. Earthquakes out. Chance, can they get it? They get it past the keeper, and a great save there from Sparta's defender. Had an open goal as the keeper came out. Now a counter. Can Sparta do anything with it? Good save there from Earthquakes. The play has gotten much, much more wide open. Take another look at that. Got past the keeper, and it was able to poke it past him, but just really didn't have much pace there as you take a look at it on your screen. Good defensive work from the Sparta's central defender. Throw in here now for the Earthquakes. Interesting substitution going to be made for the Earthquakes. New goalie is going to be coming in. Eric Della Cerda, is going to be coming in, and I would assume this is a tactical change from a goalkeeper standpoint. Tanner comes out. De La Cerda is going to come in. Must be a better PK goal stopper. We're We're going to have a sub from the other side too, interestingly enough. If we get to that point, long ball, Earthquakes, diving header, can't get there in time. Edwards leaped straight out and couldn't get to it. And we are just a minute shy of finishing up the 20 minutes of 2 overtime periods. And we're going to have both goalkeepers switched, from one from each side. Kevin Lopez will make his way out. Jose Arellano will come in. Tactical changes from both sides. Two more changes are going to be made for the Earthquakes. See when they do it. Sparta goes short, trying to open field of play a little bit. A couple of subs are going to be made. Edwards to throw it in. Going to probably be near time here in a second. If that one maybe gets cleared, they're probably going to whistle it dead here in just a quick second. And that's it. We will head to penalty kicks. Teams will advise one another. Coaches will choose their first 5 at least in the early rounds of the penalty shootout. And then we will crown a regional winner. We'll be back with more as we get ready for penalty kicks to decide the winner between the Earthquakes and Sparta for the U14 boys final, live from Boise, Idaho. Back to action. They did the coin flips. And the San Jose Earthquakes will shoot first. We are in the under 14 boys final in penalty kicks. First up for the Earthquakes, Mario Naya. Remember, both keepers are new, as they both came in with about 2 minutes remaining in the second overtime period. Look at a big crowd surrounding this field. Getting set. Mario steps up. And here's the first one. Keeper picked the right way, but just had a little much pace on it. And Mario pounds it in the back of the goal, and Earthquakes go up 1-0. Take another look at that. He guessed the right way, but it just had a lot of heat behind it. So now it moves over to Sparta. Doesn't take as much space to run up to it. Is number 6. Ooh, chance there from the Earthquakes to save it, but he couldn't get enough on it, as Brandon Cervantes puts it in the back of the net for Sparta, and it's 1-1 after the first round. Up next will be Dimitri Casaneda for the Earthquakes. At this point, it's not just about executing physically, but it comes down to a mental game. Pretty much right down the middle to the left side just a little bit, as the keeper chose the other way. And Earthquakes take a 2-1 advantage. Up next for Sparta will be David Gaspar. This one in the back of the net. Keeper again chose the wrong way, going to the right. And the Sparta player goes to his right. David Gaspar, a regional pool player, puts it away with ease. 2-2 after 2 rounds. So far, everything looks good. It typically starts to get a little fishy from here on out, though. Rounds 3 through 5, the pressure starts to build a little bit more. Now the Earthquakes. This one in the back of the net as well, as number 14, Miguel Narhar, puts it away. Earthquakes gonna try to defend this one, as Sparta looks to capitalize. And that's a good PK there. Lifts it off the ground a little bit. Keeper chose the right way, but he put it up above him a little bit. Great job there from Dalton Gibson. So it's 3-3 after 3 rounds. It's been perfect so far for both sides. Now the Earthquakes. Ooh, upper 90. And he sprints back. Good PK. Almost sailed it, though. as the Earthquakes, number 11, Brandon Dieppe, puts it away, and he had a big sigh of relief, including all of his teammates on the sideline here next to me, as number 16, Gabriel Lopez, is getting ready to take it for Sparta. He's going to reset the ball, it looks like. Whistle blown. Lopez. Ooh, cheeky little finish. Kind of weaved his way through and then finished it with his left foot and just put it in the side netting. A very, very good looking free open side of the net for him. The left side was wide open. Free to just slot it home, and he did. Got the keeper going the other way. So we enter the 5th and final round. Now, obviously, if both teams make it here, they will go into golden goal PKs until basically one team misses. 5th round. Earthquakes obviously puts the pressure on Sparta if they make it. Here are the Earthquakes, and puts it in the back of the net. Nathan Arnott walks back slowly. 5th and final one. As number 1, Kevin Lopez, steps up for Sparta 01 Premier. This is typically where all the pressures is at. Do or die here. Lopez chips it and sails it over. And sailed it over the left part of the crossbar. As the San Jose Earthquakes move on. And it's always towards the end of the game, or excuse me, towards the end of the final rounds is where it gets a little tricky, and that's just a tough, tough way to go out if you're Sparta 01 Premier. Kevin Lopez misses it on the final, 5th and final. It's always the hardest one to be a part of. Takes it with his left foot, chips it, and just sailed it right over the left part of the crossbar. And that will be it. We'll have another game coming up here, the under 14 girls. It was an early goal from Sparta. They go up 1-0 early on the San Jose Earthquakes in the 5th minute, followed up by a penalty kick in the 18th minute by the San Jose Earthquakes. It was deadlocked through the rest 55 more minutes, and then we had 2 overtime periods with nothing, and then we went into this part of the overtime penalty kick shootout. And the victor were the San Jose Earthquakes. They finish up tied at 1, but win in PKs 5-4. Thanks for joining us as the Earthquakes move on as the under 14 boys regional champs and advance to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You've been watching live coverage of the U.S. Youth Soccer Far West Regionals from Boise, Idaho. Thanks for joining us and have a good afternoon.